more than 38 million. That's a lot of people, equal to the population of New York, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Alabama combined. That's how many Americans don't have enough to eat. Men, women, children of all races, all ages. Nearly 1/2 are members of working families. Some get one decent meal a day. Others wonder when their next meal is coming. 9 million are children. It's a growing phenomenon in this country. Hunger in America doesn't look like hunger around the world. You wouldn't think someone who works in the U.S. could be struggling so severely, but it happens every day to millions of people right in our own backyard. Although the need is not obvious to most, our nation's letter carriers see the need every day. Their work takes them into every community across the United States. They know their neighbors, their customers. They talk, they witness firsthand families in crisis and know the need is great. That's why the National Association of Letter Carriers took up the cause nearly 15 years ago and continue their mission each year to stamp out hunger in America. On the second Saturday in May, letter carriers across the country and in all 50 states, D.C., Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Guam, conduct a national one-day food drive to feed the millions in our country who need it. Each year is important, but the storms of 2005 increased the demand and multiplied the number of people who need help feeding themselves and their families. Katrina, Rita, and Wilma. Who could forget the natural disasters that ripped through our nation, shredded homes, rocked our economy, and shattered lives? Combined, these storms wreaked havoc on millions. Overnight, lives changed, jobs were lost, and homes were destroyed. Chaos followed as tens of thousands needed shelter and food and water became precious commodities. Although the storms hit hardest in the southern states, these regional storms became national disasters that affected every community in the United States. With one city in ruins and surrounding areas and states heavily damaged, hundreds of thousands of evacuees were dispersed throughout the country, and every state was involved in the relief efforts. Communities opened homes, schools, and food pantries to help survivors who had lost so much. Though months have passed since the disasters, their impact remains. Thousands work to rebuild their lives, while millions more face a flood of financial problems. And when all the bills are paid, too many Americans are left with little to no money for food. Today, the demand for food far outweighs America's ability to supply it. As food banks and pantries have tried to keep their shelves stocked in the past few months, the demand is just too great. Food banks and pantries anticipate their worst summer in years. The goal for letter carriers? To meet that need with a record collection in this year's drive, and it can be done. The generosity of postal customers is key to the food drive's success. And once again, customers will be asked to answer the call and help make 2006 the best year ever. If last year's record totals are any indication, America is ready for the challenge. Last year, letter carriers from nearly 1,500 branches collected a record 71.3 million pounds of food.
71,301,210 pounds.
Thousands of rural carriers, postal employees, and countless volunteers sorted and delivered the food to community food banks, pantries, and shelters.
Letter carriers throughout the United States deliver in first-class way today.
It is the largest one-day food drive in the nation. And the collectors, the same men and women who bring you your mail, rain, sleet, or snow.
The food they collect will eventually be delivered to a local food bank or pantry, helping to feed the less fortunate This is Stamp Out Hunger Saturday.
On this day, it's not the delivery, but the pickup by postal carriers in Western New York that will make a difference in thousands of lives.
I've never suffered from hunger. I've been fortunate, but I've been around people who have, and I won't allow that to happen.
You think of the people going hungry overseas and in the third world countries, and it's happening right here in America.
Thousands of boxes of food are being sorted right now for the needy here in Colorado. It's all thanks to letter carriers who took part in this year's Stamp Out Hunger food drive.
It only calls upon people to do a little bit, and if a lot of people do a little bit, the results can be just amazing.
Canned goods, boxed foods, stuff that we'll keep for a long time.
Stays right here in our community. That's what we say is the best part about our drive.
It's perfect timing because usually at this time of year, our supply from Christmas and all is getting low. So it restocks our food pantry for a few months.
Want to remind you guys, Postal Service, we appreciate all the fine work you guys are doing.
Beyond the work of the letter carriers, the drive gathers support from local and national businesses. The Campbell Soup Company and the U.S. Postal Service produced and mailed 112 million postcards to promote the 2005 drive. ValvePack, the direct mail marketing firm, sent 40 million of its packets promoting the drive to households across America. And as with every year, the NALC Food Drive had the help and support of America's Second Harvest, United Way of America and local United Ways, the AFL-CIO, and local unions. In all mediums, advertising plays a large part in the food drive's success.
Hey, isn't today the Stamp Out Hunger food drive?
As a matter of fact, it is.
2005 brought the support of teenage soccer sensation Freddie Adu and junior welterweight boxing champion Miguel Cotto, who were featured in national and regional PSAs.
Así el cartero de tu comunidad podrá llevar esperanza a quienes carecen de este derecho fundamental.
On the local level, creative NALC branches work hard to spread the word. With the help of cartoonist Bill Keene, branches create billboards, postcards, flyers, and T-shirts that promote the drive with a custom family circus cartoon, a donation the cartoonist makes to the drive each year. Now, in 2006, the NALC is laying the groundwork for another successful food drive. The need is greater than ever, but with the help of volunteers and postal customers, we can meet that need and feed millions who are hungry.
I'd like to encourage every American to think about what it would be like to live in a neighborhood, a community, and then even a country that's totally hunger-free. Think about it. It truly is the time to end hunger.
Americans are giving people, and when crisis hits, Americans respond. The silent crisis of hunger is an ongoing one. But with the massive despair and dislocation from last year's hurricanes, the need today is greater than ever. LetterCares asks you to participate in a food drive on Saturday, May 13th that makes helping easy. Just set a bag of non-perishable food next to your mailbox on that morning. Your LetterCare will pick it up as your mail is delivered and take your donation to the local community food bank or pantry.
Just remember, food banks and pantries do empty out. The last can does go, and shelves do become bare. On May 13th, open your hearts and your pantries, and together we'll lift the burden of millions in this country, working harder than ever to stamp out hunger in America.